This is the book,
Yeah, well,
and I hope you like it.
you produced it, so you should like it.
Congratulations on this book. It's actually a wonderful achievement.
We are colleagues, we are friends.
But
And
he was my teacher too,
I
or
came
my guru
I
for
came
my
to know about it
PhD.
just now. So, Professor Kannan, I just wanted to know a little bit more about the main thrusts of your argument in this book, the overall assessment, because essentially it's about assessing the implementation of national social security schemes. From a layman's point of view, what would you say? Where are we heading? Essentially.
Well, if I may put it very briefly, we welcome these initiatives, both employment guarantee and social health insurance and social pensions. But what we find, there are several flaws in design, but more than that, in implementation, which is a very crucial thing. And in such a vast country, and so many complex differences across, so the performance-wise is a mixed bag.
So what dimensions of the implementation do you think are the most critically lacking?
My own view is that first we have to strengthen the governance system. There should be proper both organizational and institutional mechanism to deliver. There should be trust and solidarity, because often poor people cannot access for very many reasons, including their lack of education, information availability and all that. That is so. Those states which have done well in that respect, I think the coverage and effectiveness have been quite good. If not,
wherever the schemes have been more accessible, there has been more success.
And that has been more in the south of the country, where there is already assertion from below. The assertion from below is very important. That we have found in our research, that in those states where there is active participation of the beneficiaries in the implementation of the schemes, it is more successful. And the remarkable thing is that in the fastest growing state of India, which is Gujarat, or Gujarat prides itself on being the fastest growing state in terms of economic growth, of course, the implementation has been very sloppy.
Very tardy,
And very tardy also, and you see also this in the frame of the increasing inequalities in the country at large, but certainly also in those states. And that says a lot, because it means that what are rights are becoming kind of poor relief, a kind of charity of you. You give it or you don't give it.
Then again, it offers opportunities of rent seeking.
Exactly.
In the governance sector.
Exactly.
A very interesting thing that I wanted to know was you talking about the political participation from below. So have we done any case studies in this book where we have taken examples of participation from below, specific cases in any states?
I have done a very intensive study of a panchayat in Kerala, where both from the elected representatives of the panchayats, very committed young people who contested and won, along with the women's organization called the Kudumbashree, and it was a great synergy between these two, because there is a greater degree of commitment to decentralization, which is also coming from the state level political agenda. Remarkable success have been.
So this political participation, or rather the pressure from below, the nature of this participation, is it more political, which means does it necessarily say that if the state government is inclined towards allowing greater political participation at the grassroots, then the schemes are more successful?
It also has to do with social emancipation, where the inequality is less, where the caste order is more in jeopardy. It has turned around, giving the voice and also the ability of the targeted beneficiaries to participate, then it has not only to do with politics, it's also a matter of social emancipation. And again, you find that more in South than in North
exactly.
India.
I was coming to that actually, because there have been studies on the fact that the political pressure that pressure groups can actually create in the south for local services, for basic services like health and sanitation and water and roads,
it's also
is
because
far greater in the southern states.
Yeah, that is partly because, as I said,
especially
in
Tamil
the
Nadu.
political Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and also Andhra Pradesh, there is a certain level of political decision making already made that such and such program should be implemented well for their own benefit, which is understandable, which is good because it is a win-win situation, backed up by a certain kind of social reality where even the women are reasonably well organized, somewhat literate and educated. These are, also basic capabilities. So you cannot cheat them just like that.
Correct.
So we have called this that existence of certain kind of countervailing power among the targeted groups, beneficiaries. That is also contributed.
And that is one of the important features of the book. It does not only discuss schemes as they have been set up, established by the government, but these are local level studies, local level, field level studies to find out how the people react to it. And if it is working, and if it is not working, why it is not working. So we are very happy that this has come out.
Any comments, quick comments on the cash scheme that has recently been launched?
The cash transfer. Well,
I am a signatory to the campaign against cash transfer.
Against cash transfer.
Yes, although certain kinds of cash transfers well accepted, like social pensions, widow pensions, and various other kinds, but not in the case of public distribution, not in the case of food, education, and not in the case of health, because supply side is very important, and the externalities are quite large, and having cash. Having cash,
if you don't get the supply side.
If I have a contingency in my family, I will use that cash. It might have come for education of my child, but somebody else, my mother is sick. I'll spend that. Great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A very warm welcome to all of you on this evening of 11th, when we are having the release of the book, The Long Road to Social Security, Assessing the Implementation of National Social Security Initiative.
I congratulate both the editors of the volume, Professor Kannan and Professor Breman. And thank you very much.
On the day that Kannan and I submitted our manuscript to Oxford University Press, it was barely 7 months ago, the pension parishad was going on in Delhi. The pension parishad. It seems a long time ago. People asking for pension. And they look at the state. But Chandabai never reached the state. Living in destitution is also living in isolation. If you are illiterate, as Chandabai is, how do you know about pensions? How do you know where to get the forms? How to fill up the forms? Where to submit the forms? And do you have the courage to go to the government office and ask, I submitted my papers 7, 8 months ago, what's happening? Do you have the courage to do that if you are Chandabai? Not in Gujarat. In other parts of the country, yes.